Welcome to Book Buzz reviews and summaries. To the dreamers, the wanderers, the souls who dance to the rhythm of possibility. This is for you. To the minds that race with 1,000 ideas before the world has even woken. To the hearts that burn with passion, purpose, and an unquenchable thirst for life. This is your call to arms. You are not ordinary. You are not common. You are an ENFP, a force of nature, a whirlwind of energy, creativity, and boundless enthusiasm. But oh, how the world has tried to fit you into a mold too small for your spirit, how it has urged you to quiet your voice, temper your passion, and trade your wild, electric energy for the dull security of predictability. Yet let me remind you, greatness has never belonged to the predictable, the pioneers, the visionaries, the ones who set the world ablaze with ideas and inspiration. They were never meant to fit. They were meant to break barriers, to shatter limitations, to rewrite the rules of what is possible. And you, my friend, are one of them. But even the brightest flame needs direction. Even the most untamed force must learn to wield its power with purpose, lest it burn out before its time. That is why you are here. That is why this book, the comprehensive ENFP Survival Guide, exists, not to tame you, but to guide you, not to shrink you, but to shape you into the unstoppable, world-changing force you were always meant to be. Heidi Priebe has mapped the terrain of the ENFP experience, charted the highs and the lows, the strengths and the struggles, the triumphs and the traps that lie along your path. Within these pages, you will not find restrictions. You will find liberation. You will not find rules that suffocate your spirit, but strategies that will allow you to thrive, to soar, to carve a path that is both fulfilling and uniquely your own. So I ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to master the mind that never stops, to harness the energy that surges within you, to transform your potential into action, your passion into purpose? The world does not need another person who merely follows the well-worn path. The world needs you, your fire, your vision, your ability to dream beyond limits and inspire beyond measure. And so, my friend, the journey begins. The question is not whether you are capable. The question is not whether you are worthy. The question is, will you step forward? Will you embrace who you are, not as a burden, but as a gift? The answer lies ahead, waiting for you to claim it. Let us begin. The comprehensive ENFP Survival Guide, Part 1 Summary, Chapter 1. The power of the ENFP mind. There exists, in the realm of human personalities, a rare and remarkable force, the ENFP mind. It is not confined by convention nor shackled by fear. It is a mind that soars, that dreams, that conceives new worlds before others even realize they exist. And yet it is also a mind that struggles, for the same fire that fuels its brilliance can also consume it. The same energy that sparks innovation can lead to exhaustion, and the same enthusiasm that draws people in can leave the ENFP overwhelmed, overcommit, and uncertain of the path ahead. But let this be known. The ENFP mind is not broken. It is boundless, and like all great forces of nature, it must be understood, harnessed, and directed with precision. This book, the comprehensive ENFP Survival Guide, is the blueprint for doing exactly that. It is not merely a book. It is a battle plan for thriving in a world that often misunderstands the dreamers, the visionaries, the wild-hearted souls who refuse to be tamed. If you are an ENFP, you are not here to play small. You are here to set the world on fire. But first, you must learn to control the flame. Chapter 2. The double-edged sword of possibility. The ENFP is fueled by one thing above all else: possibility. They see not just the world as it is, but the world as it could be. Their minds dance between ideas like fireflies on a summer night, each one illuminating a new path, a new adventure, a new way forward. And yet, therein lies the greatest challenge, for while possibility is a gift, it can also be a curse. An ENFP, left untamed, can drown in the very ocean of opportunity they so passionately explore. They start one project, then another, each one more exciting than the last. They chase their passions with the fervor of a warrior on the battlefield, but before the victory is claimed, Their energy is spent, their focus shattered, and their goals left unfinished. This, my friends, is where many ENFPs stumble. But let it be known, this is not a flaw, it is a force that must be mastered. To the ENFP who feels lost, overwhelmed, unsure of which path to take, hear this. You do not need more ideas. You need the discipline to see one through. Success is not born from endless starts, it is born from decisive action, commitment, and the ability to finish what you begin. The ENFP who learns this truth will not merely dream of success, they will seize it. Chapter 3. The battle between freedom and structure. The ENFP soul cries out for freedom. It rebels against restrictions, defies authority, and scoffs at rigid rules. And yet, paradoxically, it is this very desire for freedom that often enslaves them. For without structure, the ENFP drifts. Without discipline, their limitless potential turns into endless procrastination, and without a guiding vision, their passions pull them in so many directions that they remain stuck in place. But mark these words well. True freedom is not the absence of structure, it is the mastery of it. The ENFP who embraces structure does not lose their fire. They refine it, they channel it, they turn scattered sparks into an inferno of purpose. Imagine, for a moment, an artist with no canvas, a musician with no rhythm, a warrior with no strategy. This is what an ENFP becomes without structure. Their gifts remain, but they lack the framework to bring them to life. So, to every ENFP who has felt caged by structure, I say this: do not reject it, redefine it. Do not follow someone else's rigid rules. Build a system that fuels your creativity rather than stifling it. Create routines that serve you, habits that support you, and a vision that guides you. For when an ENFP learns to balance freedom with focus, passion with perseverance, they will accomplish what others dare not even dream of. Chapter 4. The unstoppable force of an aligned ENFP. And so we arrive at the most profound truth of all. An ENFP, aligned with their true purpose, is an unstoppable force. They are the visionaries who inspire revolutions, the dreamers who reshape industries, the artists who breathe life into the unimaginable. But make no mistake, this level of impact is not reserved for the lucky few. It is not granted by fate or bestowed by chance. It is claimed by the ENFP who dares to know themselves fully, by the ENFP who embraces their gifts and masters their weaknesses, by the ENFP who chooses, with unwavering determination, to finish what they start. And so, my friends, the challenge is laid before you. Will you continue drifting, forever chasing the next bright idea, the next fleeting thrill? Or will you take control, harness your power, and build something extraordinary? The choice is yours, but let it be known, the ENFP who masters themselves masters the world, and the journey to mastery begins now. Part 2, Chapter 5. The ENFP's greatest strength and greatest challenge. There exists within the ENFP a power so immense that it can change the world, a force so magnetic that it draws people, ideas, and opportunities like moths to a flame. This force is their boundless enthusiasm. When an ENFP walks into a room, the atmosphere shifts. Conversations come alive. Dreams feel possible. The air crackles with energy because the ENFP believes, not just in themselves, but in the world, in others, in the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. But herein lies the paradox. The same enthusiasm that fuels their greatest successes can also lead to their greatest struggles. For the ENFP loves beginnings, the thrill of something new, the rush of inspiration, the intoxicating pull of adventure. They say yes to ideas, to people, to paths not yet taken. But what happens when the fire of novelty fades? What happens when excitement turns to routine? What happens when the real work begins? It is at this moment, this critical crossroads, that an ENFP either rises into greatness or fades into frustration, and the difference lies in one thing: discipline, not the rigid, suffocating kind that stifles creativity, but the kind that fuels success, the kind that allows dreams to become reality. the ENFP who learns to master their own energy, to channel enthusiasm into consistent action, to finish what they start. That ENFP is unstoppable. So ask yourself now, will you be ruled by fleeting passion? Or will you train your passion to obey your will? For those who choose the latter, destiny awaits. Chapter 6. The myth of the ENFP's short attention span. The world tells ENFPs that they lack focus, that they are scattered, inconsistent, unable to stay the course. This is a lie. ENFPs are not incapable of focus. They are not doomed to be forever distracted. No, ENFPs focus with an intensity that is unmatched, but only when they are deeply engaged. Give an ENFP a cause they believe in, and they will work tirelessly, without rest, without hesitation, without doubt. Give them a problem worth solving, and they will solve it with a brilliance that leaves others in awe. Give them a purpose that speaks to their soul, and they will move mountains. So, the issue is not focus. It is alignment. The ENFP who struggles is not lacking discipline. They are lacking a reason to be disciplined. They must ask themselves, am I pursuing what sets my soul on fire? Does this work make me come alive? Am I climbing a mountain that matters to me? For when an ENFP finds their true mission, focus is no longer the problem. It becomes their superpower. Chapter 7. The ENFP's relationship with fear. There is a battle raging within every ENFP. On one side, courage. On the other, fear. ENFPs are bold, daring, adventurous, and yet, deep within, many struggle with the fear of failure, of rejection, of not being good enough. They dream big, but hesitate to take the leap. They envision greatness, but second-guess themselves. They crave impact, but fear the weight of expectation. And so, many ENFPs remain trapped, not by the world, but by their own minds. But let this truth be known. Fear is nothing but an illusion. It is a shadow, a whisper, a trick played by the subconscious to keep you small. It is the voice that tells you, you're not ready. You might fail. You're not as talented as they think. Lies, lies, lies. The ENFP who conquers fear conquers life. And the only way to do this is simple. Act before fear has a chance to stop you. Feel the fear. Do it anyway. Doubt yourself. Take action anyway. Worry you're not good enough. Step forward anyway. For action is the enemy of fear. And the ENFP who learns to move forward despite self-doubt will achieve everything they ever dreamed of. Chapter 8. The secret to ENFP success. Harnessing the power of systems. What separates high-achieving ENFPs from those who struggle? Not intelligence, not talent, not creativity, but systems. You see, most ENFPs rely on motivation. They wait for inspiration, for energy, for excitement, and when those things fade, their progress fades with them. But the most successful ENFPs do not wait for motivation. They build systems that create consistency, even when motivation disappears. They do not wait until they feel inspired to work. They schedule deep work time every day. They do not rely on memory. They use tools and reminders to track their commitments. They do not hope for discipline. They design their environment to support their focus. Motivation is fleeting, systems are forever, and the ENFP who masters systems masters their life. So I ask you, are you hoping for success? Or are you engineering it? For those who choose the second path, greatness awaits. Part 3, Chapter 9. The ENFP's relationship with work. Breaking free from the traditional mold. The world has fed you a lie. It has told you that success comes in only one shape, one path, one formula. Climb the corporate ladder, work hard, put in the years, collect a steady paycheck, retire, and only then begin to live. But you, the ENFP, were never meant for that mold. Your spirit rebels against the idea of a life spent trapped in routine, in predictability, in mediocrity. You crave meaning. You demand passion. You thrive in environments where you are free to create, to inspire, to explore, and yet, many ENFPs struggle. They bounce from job to job, feeling unfulfilled. They pursue work that excites them, only to lose motivation. They fear commitment, believing it will lock them in. But hear this now. Commitment does not mean captivity. When you commit to work that aligns with your deepest passions, you are not imprisoned. You are liberated. The question is not, how do I find a job that pays? The question is, how do I create a career that fuels my soul? And the answer is simple. Follow your energy. Look to your past. What work has lit you up like a fire? What activities have made time vanish? What challenges have brought out your best self? Your greatest success will come not from what is expected of you, but from what ignites you. The ENFP who follows their energy is the ENFP who makes their own path, and those who make their own path create a life of boundless success. Chapter 10. The ENFP and Money. Mastering abundance. Many ENFPs live in financial chaos. They are brilliant, creative, full of ideas. But money slips through their fingers like water. They resist budgets. They feel restricted by structure. They believe that abundance means spend now, figure it out later. But my friends, let me tell you this. Wealth is not the enemy of freedom. Wealth is the fuel that allows freedom to exist. You want to travel the world? You need financial independence. You want to quit your soul-sucking job? You need financial stability. You want to launch your dream project? You need financial discipline. And so, the ENFP must master money, not with fear, not with avoidance, but with ownership, for the truth is this. Money flows to those who respect it. Money stays with those who manage it. Money multiplies for those who invest in themselves. So today, make a vow: no more reckless spending, no more avoiding financial reality, no more living paycheck to paycheck. Instead, step into your power, earn wisely, spend intentionally, invest in your dreams. For an ENFP with both passion and financial mastery, they become unstoppable. Chapter 11. The ENFP's superpower. The gift of influence. ENFPs do not simply exist in the world. They move the world. They inspire. They excite. They bring people together under a shared vision. And this, my friends, is a superpower, because influence is the key to leading powerful teams, building lasting relationships, creating businesses that thrive, changing lives through words and action. But beware. With great influence comes great responsibility, for influence can build empires, but it can also destroy them. Many ENFPs struggle with authenticity. They have a gift for connecting with others, but sometimes, in their desire to be liked, they become chameleons. They mold themselves to what others expect, rather than standing firm in who they truly are. And so, let this be your commandment. Never sacrifice your truth for approval. Speak with conviction. Lead with authenticity. Influence, not by seeking validation, but by being undeniably, unshakably yourself. For the ENFP who embraces their power, who stands boldly in their truth, who inspires with integrity, that ENFP changes the world. Chapter 12. Love, relationships, and the ENFP's quest for meaningful connection. Love. The ENFP longs for it. Not just any love. A love that is electric, a love that is deep, a love that expands their soul. For ENFPs do not do anything halfway. When they love with their entire being. They give, they pour, they lose themselves in the fire of connection. And yet, many ENFPs struggle with relationships. Why? Because their greatest strength is also their greatest vulnerability. They idealize partners, seeing only potential rather than reality. They chase passion, mistaking intensity for compatibility. They fear stagnation, sometimes sabotaging stability in pursuit of excitement. But the truth is this: love is not just a feeling. Love is a decision. It is not about fireworks that fade. It is about a flame that endures. It is not about constant excitement. It is about a foundation that is unshakable. It is not about seeking the perfect partner. It is about becoming the right partner for an ENFP who masters love, who learns to balance passion with patience, who chooses depth over drama. That ENFP finds a relationship that is not only exhilarating, but everlasting. Part 4, Chapter 13. The ENFP's struggle with stability. Harnessing focus for true success. The restless soul, the endless dreamer, the mind that races faster than the world itself. This is the blessing and the burden of the ENFP, for they are creatures of boundless energy, driven by ideas, fueled by passion. But with every great strength comes a challenge, and for the ENFP, that challenge is stability. How many times has the ENFP embarked on a journey, only to abandon it for the next spark of excitement? How often has discipline been forsaken in the name of spontaneity? How frequently has potential been squandered, not from a lack of ability, but from a failure to stay the course? But let it be known today, the ENFP who masters consistency unlocks their true power, for focus is not the enemy of creativity. It is the weapon that turns dreams into reality. The ENFP who learns to harness their excitement and channel it into sustained effort becomes unstoppable. The ENFP who builds structure around their energy turns chaos into creation. The ENFP who commits, not just in passion, but in persistence, achieves what others only fantasize about. So, my friend, make this vow: no more abandoned projects, no more jumping ship when boredom strikes, no more waiting for motivation to appear. You already have everything within you to succeed. Now, the time has come to anchor your fire with discipline, for the ENFP who learns to finish what they start will move mountains. Chapter 14. The ENFP's battle with self-doubt, breaking free from the chains of fear. The ENFP. Bold, charismatic, and brimming with potential, and yet, within their mind lurks a shadow, a whisper that says, "Are you really good enough?" A doubt that creeps in. Will they accept you? A fear that paralyzes. What if you fail? The ENFP, for all their brilliance, is often plagued by self-doubt. They question their worth. They second-guess their choices. They seek validation, fearing that their true self may not be enough. But hear me now. Your worth is not measured by the approval of others. You are born with an extraordinary mind, a spirit that sees beyond the ordinary, a soul that was made to shine. And yet, doubt will keep you small. So I ask you, will you let fear be your master? Will you allow hesitation to steal your greatness? Will you continue to dim your own light for the comfort of staying unseen? Or will you rise? Rise into the truth of your power. Rise into the knowledge that you are enough. Rise into the undaunted certainty that you are made for something more. For self-doubt is not conquered by waiting. It is conquered by action. When you step forward despite fear, fear loses its hold. When you own your brilliance, the world takes notice. When you declare your worth, no one can take it from you. And so, I say to you, step boldly, speak confidently, live without apology. For the ENFP, who believes in themselves, becomes unstoppable. Chapter 15. The ENFP and the Art of Self-Care. Mastering energy for a thriving life. The ENFP is a force of nature. They move fast, they think deeply, they feel everything, but even the brightest fire will burn out if it is not tended. Many ENFPs struggle with overcommitment, saying yes to everything, pouring themselves into others while neglecting themselves. They go and go until exhaustion steals their spark. And so, my friend, let this be a commandment. You cannot give your best to the world if you do not first give your best to yourself. Self-care is not a luxury. It is a necessity. Protect your energy, guard your boundaries. Take rest as seriously as you take ambition. For an ENFP in alignment with their energy is an ENFP who thrives. Fuel your body, nurture your mind, restore your spirit. Do not wait until burnout forces you to slow down. Master your energy now, and you will move through life with unstoppable vitality. Chapter 16. The ENFP's True Legacy. Leaving an impact that lasts. And now, we arrive at the final question. What will you leave behind? The ENFP does not seek an ordinary life. They do not wish to merely exist. They long to make an impact. And so, the question is not, what will I do? The question is, how will I change the world? What mark will I leave upon the hearts of others? What will they say when I am gone? The ENFP's true success is not measured in wealth, nor status, nor fleeting accomplishments. It is measured in the lives they've touched, the inspiration they've ignited, the courage they've awakened in others. So, my friend, as we close this journey, let me ask you, will you choose to hide your gifts, or will you share them boldly? Will you shrink in fear, Or will you stand in the fullness of who you are? Will you live passively, or will you rise into your destiny? For you, the ENFP, were not made to be silent. You were made to speak. You were made to lead. You were made to ignite change. No more waiting, no more doubting, no more playing small. Step into your power. Step into your purpose. Step into the extraordinary life that has always been yours to claim. The stirring conclusion. A final charge to the ENFP warrior. The ENFP's crossroads. Two paths, one choice. Before you stand two roads. The first road is the path of hesitation, of doubt, of settling for less than your true potential. It is a road paved with abandoned dreams, unfinished projects, and the echoes of what could have been. It is the path that says, stay small, blend in, do not dare too greatly. And then, there is the second road, the road of boldness, of fearless authenticity, of living a life that shakes the very foundations of the world. It is a road paved with passion, with courage, with the willingness to stand in your truth. Even when others do not understand you, it is the path that says, rise, create. Speak your truth so loudly that the world cannot help but listen. And the question I ask you now is, which road will you choose? The unstoppable ENFP, a force of nature, let there be no mistake. The ENFP is not ordinary. You are not meant for mediocrity, for monotony, for blending into the crowd. You are a force of nature. You are a visionary. You are a creator of worlds, a challenger of norms, a bringer of light where others see only darkness. And the time has come for you to step fully into who you are. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too scattered. You are exactly as you are meant to be, but your greatness will not be realized in thought alone. It will be realized in action. So I ask you, what will you create? What will you build? What impact will you leave behind? Will you continue to wait for the perfect moment? Or will you declare, here and now, that this moment is already perfect because you are ready to seize it? The ENFP's final call to action. Rise into your destiny. So hear me now, as if these words were spoken directly into your soul. No more shrinking, no more playing small, no more living life at half measure. The world needs your passion. The world needs your voice. The world needs you. Fully awake, fully alive, fully unstoppable. So step forward, my fellow dreamer. Create without fear. Love without limits. Live without apology. For when you do, when you rise into the full magnitude of your gifts, when you own your brilliance, your quirks, your fire, the world will never be the same. Thanks for listening to Book Buzz reviews and summaries.